Dear colleagues, friends, experts, civil society activists, first of all, thank you for your interest in the World Nuclear Waste Report. In the name of our team, 10 experts from 7 different countries, I would like to very much thank those who made it possible that the World Nuclear Waste Report could be translated in Korean language. This interest also in your country means a lot for us, because one of the major goals for our work in this report was to create more global attention and more international exchange on all the difficult issues connected to nuclear waste. The first volume of the Nuclear Waste Report concentrates on the task to create a better internationally available information on nuclear waste strategies and to create also a better comparability of the different strategies and the situation as it is today in the different countries we looked at. With this first volume of the waste report, we had to concentrate on some major topics, also because of financial limitations. We have chosen to work on the origins of nuclear waste, on classification, quantities, risks, management concepts, costs and financing for nuclear waste management, decommissioning and disposal. And in the end, we could add 7 country studies focusing with this volume on European Union, Europe and the United States. Major insights in the report are, to say the very least, very alerting. No country in the world, after more than half a century of sometimes very expensive efforts, no country in the world, no nuclear state in the world has a deep geological disposal for nuclear waste available or seems to be close to it. In Europe alone, and even excluding Russia and Slovakia, we have 60,000 tons of spent fuel, so high-level waste in storage, in interim storage. And the biggest part of this, round about 80%, is right now in wet storage, which comes, as we know, especially since Fukushima, with quite specific high risks. Another of our alerting finding is that no country really applies consistently the polluter pays principle, and we all can expect that in the countries we looked at, in the end, the burden, the financial burden of nuclear waste management will be moved to the taxpayers. No country has both estimated the costs of waste management and disposal correctly and closed the gap between the funds available and the costs estimated. Countries differ significantly in the way they are categorizing and defining the nuclear waste. And we found also major differences in how the countries are creating transparency. The way of reporting about the amounts of waste generated differs from one country to the next. And it's in none of the countries perfectly done. Facing those major insights, but facing also the known risks for health and environment caused by nuclear waste, the team of experts working on the Nuclear Waste Report would recommend to really enhance efforts for the research on risks related to nuclear waste. During the last years, especially since the Paris Summit on global warming and how to fight climate change, I observe that the very necessary fight for protection of the climate and the earth, this very necessary fight is becoming a backdrop to a new campaign in favor of nuclear energy as an instrument in this fight. If you have a look into the findings of the nuclear waste report, you, I think, will easily agree with me and the team behind the report that nuclear energy cannot be a sustainable instrument for a good way out of the climate crisis. I very much hope that you will use the translation now available in your language of the nuclear waste report, and I hope that the report can contribute to your efforts in Korea in favor of a sustainable energy strategy and in favor of a way out of the nuclear age.